ladies and gentlemen, back to Twitch. We are live on Twitch for this one today after Celtic 1, Almaty 0. 0-0. Thought it was 1-0. No. Couldn't even score a goal.
Yeah.
Couldn't even score. We could have played all night.
It was bad.
It was what? We were predicting before the game in the podcast, Lewis, we recorded yesterday. We were like 3-0, you said 4-0. Putting a statement out there to go over because if you look at history, Lewis, and us playing in Kazakhstan, it's not good looking. Very not good looking. Especially just in general, the place we're going to over there. But there is still no excuses because end of the day, Celtic team, that's still that Celtic team, Lewis, should be able to go out there and beat
It shouldn't have really been a tough match.
No, I think, don't get me wrong, Almaty played actually really good. Like they played like they played like Celtic get Livingston the weekend, right?
Yeah.
That exactly how they'll play at the weekend. Exactly how Livingston will play at the weekend. And we just don't know how to play against a team that will sit back and play on a counter. Even though we play about the majority of the games in the league, which most teams do.
Yeah, I think bad things are in store.
I mean, you just look at it last night, Lewis. I mean, the atmosphere, see after see at half time.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows Adam Ida got took off at half time, Lewis.
There was one sort of positive to bring out from it.
Let me guess, Yang.
No.
Oh.
No, the boos went for the whole match, so at least nobody walked out of the stadium before full time.
I mean,
nobody leaving at the 20th minute.
Well, that's true. We went 3-0 within 20 minutes, but the point is, Lewis, that Kairat Amati sat like 337th in the UEFA rankings. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
It's not ideal.
You couldn't have picked a better tie to have, but the board have played with fire, and it's just going to get worse because we go to Kazakhstan next week, Lewis. 6:45 kick-off here, 10:15 kick-off in Kazakhstan, where it's set to be about 40 degrees. That team couldn't score all week. I mean, we had a half chance, a couple of shots, but
nothing that was dangerous.
There was nothing past that. I mean, there was nothing going about. I mean, I don't understand. Like, it made it even worse that Johnson went off injured with a hamstring injury, which apparently is out for the season. But we'll find out more what Rogers says later. Probably.
That would say I'll be back in.
That's fine. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm back.
Right, we're back. Ali Johnson went off, so we'll find out tomorrow ahead of the Livingston game what Rogers has to say in that. But it just got very toxic in the stadium, Lewis. After a certain amount of time, it got really toxic. I mean, it just with a bit of urgency after half time, like the first kind of 2 minutes, and then that was it.
It just dissipated.
I mean, even the likes of Carter Vickers looked really, he looked a bit shaky at the back. Yet again, he was playing with Liam Scales at centre back. Obviously, when Johnson came off, Ralston came on. I don't understand how Ralston and who else came on the park. Ralston came on, and I don't understand why he's still at the club.
All the substitutes that came on yesterday were Ralston, Yang, Engels, Frosty, and Yamada.
I mean, no, if it who made the difference? Yang maybe closest to getting a pass mark, but nobody else got a pass mark on that team because there was nothing in there. There was nothing, and
James Forrest wasn't the worst player on the pitch either.
No, but I'm no disrespect. We said this in the podcast yesterday, Lewis. No disrespect to him, right? But we shouldn't be relying on James Forrest in 2025 to
Yeah,
be the spark that
his Forest pass
gives
though.
us something. You know, we could say, oh, that was terrible from their goalkeeper lying down and he had to go off and he would take a while to get off. The highlight
Yeah,
of the game was the big heavy guy. I mean, he looked like Tony Soprano running onto the park to help the goalkeeper.
yeah.
Kill the board. Oh, we've already started it. We've already started it, Lewis. That's it.
I
Hang the
mean,
ball.
actually, after the previous episode, I did a bit of thinking,
Mhm.
and we've said that the board isn't backing Rodgers. But I
I
feel as
don't.
if they have, and look at
Are
where
they
it's
though?
got us. Adam Ida was Rodgers' player,
Yeah, but
9 million.
yeah, but I bet.
Engels was Rodgers' player,
Yeah,
and
but
he's probably the only one out of them that's actually come good.
yeah, but do you not think that if the board were backing Rodgers, they would have players in from now? Because if the board are thinking, which I said yesterday to you, Lewis, on the podcast, if the board were thinking, listen, we'll get Champions League money if we qualify, right? But that doesn't make any sense because you're going to get 40 plus million back, and it's less of a gamble.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
but
mean?
like if you look at it, he's been back, and almost none of his players have come good. Oh, yeah, I've just seen that there myself.
Yep, kill them all. That's what I say. We can
Yeah,
say it on
fair
Twitch.
enough.
We can say it on Twitch. We can say it.
Actually, I don't even know if we can, but
Oh, we can.
it's-
It's us.
it'll be fun.
You've literally got a picture of Borat on your screen, Lewis. I think we can get away with that.
It's only banned in Kazakhstan, so
No, I think, Lewis. I mean, look at Engels, the price we paid for him. That's because we waited until the end of the window for him. That's how much we had to pay for him. Who else? Adam Ida, because the board were so reluctantly didn't want to pay the first initial money that Norwich
the
wanted.
6 million, like
Norwich went like that. No, you're going to pay 9 million, and we ended up having to pay it.
yeah,
And that's why I'm not saying Adam Mead isn't there's an excuse there. I'm just saying that's why he's carrying that price tag because part of it is probably because of the board.
yeah. I still think you
I mean,
can't deny that even when he has been backed, the players haven't exactly impressed.
Lewis, we were talking about the extra time question in the podcast yesterday was the we've started a trend, Lewis, of killing the board.
Yeah,
What was it? The last time Celtic were in the qualifiers, the playoffs, right?
yeah,
The Celtic board fell asleep with the wheel, and that was under Lennon, right?
hmm,
Because we weren't prepared for that. We're not prepared for this. Sign the physio, yes. Yes, we'll sign him. He'll probably get us a goal for us.
yeah.
But yeah, I think, see, to be honest, Lewis, I see if you ask me now, will we go out there next week and win? I don't think so. I I don't have hope.
Well,
I, d- I don't. What about you, Lewis?
I don't know. It'll be a tougher match over in Kazakhstan, but it's just I don't know, man.
But I don't think we're going to do it, and I think the board are probably thinking there now, realistically, they're loving us. Like, they're probably just sitting
Yeah,
there like that. I mean, Peter Lawwell went from, I seen it on Twitter, Peter Lawwell went from like 40k to 100k last in June last year.
yeah,
And what's he doing? Why is he back at the club? Why are we still back at the old kind of way we saw the club being, Lewis? Why is that okay? Because we talked about it yesterday. Why are we still acting like we're not a big? We are a big club, so why are we not acting like it?
money.
We just don't want to spend it. It's like they'll probably look at the bank, right, and see how much money they got and go, "Oh, I don't want to spend that."
Mm.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
just slide that into
I
our
mean,
bank account instead, and it's
we
just
employed. It was such a strange thing. We employed a scout last year, Lewis, October last year,
mm,
and what's they brought in Jota, which I mean that was just luck of the moment because Kyogo was going to
yeah,
Rennes, right? How can he not see that your best bet is Jamie Vardy? What is that? What is it got to that?
I don't know, man.
I-
It's just-
And as we're talking about Johnson's injury, if we didn't
yeah,
need players in the door, now we're stuck with Anthony Ralston.
yeah, and a big 25. Actually, we're closer to the big 26 now.
Well, wait to hear this, Lewis. Ralston and Forest on the same side of the park.
It is 2030 and James Forrest
Yep.
is still Celtic's best right winger.
That's what we're trying to say. We're not disrespecting Forrest, but the fact is it's 2025 and we're still, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it,
it's no disrespect to him, but the fact that he's still
yeah,
relied on.
I just don't get it. It's,
If he was younger, yeah, nobody would mind him being the starting winger.
yeah,
But he's 34 now, so
mm-hmm,
he's getting near the end of his career.
yep,
And he first started making regular appearances for Celtic in 2010.
yep, 2010, yep,
It's been about
2010.
15 years and he's still making regular appearances.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got back to the game list. Obviously, we got a couple points from last night I saw on Twitter. Not one pass mark. I 100% agree with that.
Well,
Um,
no, I'd probably have to
no,
give Nigel, I thought looked
no, no. He,
okay.
he he looked a bit slow for me. You know, we were giving him
Yeah,
praise yesterday. Lewis. It looked a bit slow. It looked a bit slow in the
mm,
middle of the park. Um, Kane, Tierney, and Maeda got on the road to each other the whole night. Got on the road of
yeah,
each other, and it really frustrated me because they were good the last couple of games. And do you know what I mean? They were
yeah.
good.
It's like it's the first time I've even seen Maeda look a bit slow.
Hmm. Yeah,
Which all I'm saying is that's a horrendous sign for things to come.
yeah. Sell Ida, Maeda, and could get about 25, 30 million for Gillen would have a bit. Yeah, 100 million to spend, but we wouldn't spend it.
No, I
We
don't
won't.
think. No,
Even if we did,
realistically, for Ida, what are you getting?
you're lucky to get your money back from.
Like, yeah,
Give it that.
Maeda, you get a lot, but he's also the only actual attacker in the club,
Oh,
so we can't
don't
even get
forget.
rid of him either.
Don't forget Yamada and Kenny. Don't forget. Oh
I
God.
said actual attacker. I did to specify.
Yep. But I don't know. Tierney shite. I know.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah. Tierney wasn't
yeah,
the. Yeah. No player got a pass mark. I mean, it just showed no keepers got a real save last night.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Eh,
And
I
their
mean,
goalkeeper, right? So the Kyra goalkeeper
what
got
the
man
two
of the
goalkeepers that came
match.
on?
No, no,
Aye.
the first one.
Oh, the first.
The
But
starting goalkeeper got
he got
he
man of the
got
match even though he get took off.
yeah he got man of the match despite being taken off in the
Aye,
75th
he
minute.
got man of the match for time wasting. I tell you that. But anyway, I mean, the goalkeeper that finished it had a. It looked like he was a swimmer, you know, an athlete with a big
Yeah,
swimming cap he had on his head. But yeah,
got respect it, I suppose.
I mean, the fact that I mean, Kyra Amati had like about 60 fans there, Lewis, if
Mm.
that. Maybe not all inside the stadium, but that's what I seen online. I think our allocation over there is about 100, 200. So I mean, I wouldn't like to go there and see that. See if we play
It's
the
all
same
just
way.
a bit. It's all just a bit depressing, really.
I mean, aye. I mean, we can laugh and joke about the other side of the city, Lewis. I know, oh, we never got beat 3-0. We're only getting beat 3-0 at 20 minutes and such. But this team are way worse than Club Brugge. Club Brugge are a good side. I mean, we drew one each with them.
Yeah,
So why? I mean, I don't understand. So,
yeah. I mean, I'd almost argue Rangers have obviously they have the big takeover and a bad manager to blame. All we
yeah,
have to blame is the board.
yeah. That's
So
simply just,
it may even be a bit more embarrassing to lose to Kairat like this.
oh, if we don't go through this tie, it is the most embarrassing
Yeah,
defeat probably in history of Celtic because you're up there with your Ferencvaros, your Kluge, you know what I mean?
yeah,
That is shocking because you know fail to prepare. The failure happened, and it
yeah.
happened.
Like think of this to teams in Europe, even in recent seasons. You had the
Hmm.
team versus Bayern who put in a
Yep.
great performance. Lost at the
That
end, but we were never going to win that
yeah,
overall.
but
Then there's the team that beat Lazio.
you know that's what I just don't get was because did the Celtic board they just want the average,
Yeah,
win a league and all that as we're talking about in the podcast before and such and last week as
just
well.
stay better than
Yeah,
Rangers.
that is all they want because they know for a fact as long as they stay better than Rangers, they'll still get the money. They'll still
Yeah,
get the pies at half time. They'll still
yeah.
get the people coming to the games.
And the thing is, I thought maybe Rangers being taken over, spending the cash would
Hmm.
give them a bit of a boost, but like they
No,
seem to have just gone a bit sleepy.
I mean, sleepy is an understatement. Bring the banner back, sleeping at the wheel because they've done it for many years now. I mean, could they not seen last season how well we done and how we pushed Bayern Munich to the last minute? Do you know what I mean? Did the club not want that? They clearly don't, because if they don't want to sign players for the manager, who's clearly said in a press conference, I'm not the man, if you want to just sit here and just be better than Rangers, I want to be the man who progresses Celtic.
Yeah,
So
and he also said that like people trying to sack the board, it's not the board that gets sacked, it's the
it's the
managers.
manager. I mean, surely that's more than a cry for help. You know what I mean? Surely that's,
Yeah,
I'm literally on my, you know.
I have my criticism of Rodgers, and I'm not opposed to getting rid of him, but he's not really the one to blame here.
No. I mean, if the board, we'd probably blame Rodgers. See if the board backed him and it wasn't
Yeah,
going well, then we can go and say, listen, what's happened here. But we've not announced a backing. I mean, we just need to look at the window we've had. Yes, Kieran Tierney's came in, right? Who else?
yeah,
Who else?
yeah. Kieran Tierney come in, and that's what really gave you a bit of hope at first. He was a
But we
bit of
knew.
a statement signing.
But we knew he was coming in from January. So why is
Yeah,
that the statement signing in the summer? Because there's less than 2 weeks to go until the end of the window. I don't see us moving any closer with transfers. I mean,
yeah. And
Tilo has now been
he
given the
came in
green
on a
light to
free.
go. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like,
yeah.
Tierney came in on a free, and he's still like that big money
That,
signing.
that's just makes it even more like it's better laughing and crying, because as we said yes in the podcast, the whole probably theme was the hope that kills you. This is the hope that kills you.
Yeah,
You're thinking, listen, this team is still well and truly good enough to beat this team, Kaira
yeah.
Amati, but will
And
we do it?
I think if you look at it from a statistical point of view, right? So we've
Mhm.
lost Kuhn, Hyogo, Jota to injury, and last season's Ida as a ghost of himself. That's 80 goals worth of players
Yep.
gone,
And
basically.
still not replaced anyone. Still not replaced Kyogo. Still not replaced Kuhn.
I mean, Lewis Palmer, he's gone as well. He got 20 goals and assists in his first season at Celtic.
Then he fell
And see
off.
with how little
Mhm.
movement we actually have on the wings. And we're
Aye.
really running the squad down to bare bones. It's starting to make very little sense to get rid of somebody
No.
who had quality in the past.
I mean, if I don't understand why. I mean, Palmer, okay, because he kind of fell off. See, you know, Kuhn's going to go. Why is there no somebody in place? What Kyogo wants to go. Why is there no somebody in place? You got away with it
Yeah,
because Maeda had the form of his life the end of last season. You've seen it now. This is where it comes clear. I mean, we talked about something underlying at Celtic. There's another example last night, Lewis. There's another example last night. Even if the board were no, there's nothing else said about Johnson yet, but we'll keep you updated on that. I think press conference tomorrow will probably get a question about it, but
yeah,
nothing yet.
that's when it's
It
likely.
is a hamstring, but we don't know how bad it is. But
Hamstrings are almost never good.
if the board were taking it the perspective as Lewis, we're waiting on the Champions League money, is the season ticket money, the new kit money, and all that not enough?
Yeah, yeah. I feel as if we went at a point of like, when is it enough for the board and all that. But
I
I
mean,
think something we kind of overlooked throughout this episode is
mm-hmm,
what is there to be said about this season? If Johnson is done, right? Let's say if he's out for the season,
uh-huh,
we've got Anthony Ralston,
mm-hmm,
Kieran Tierney's lack of being
yep,
able to stay healthy.
yep.
Then what does Liam Scales?
Yeah, we have to play them skills at left back. Yep,
But then what if he gets injured? We have no left back.
yep,
Our only right back
yep,
now is Anthony Ralston.
yep.
So we need
Uh,
like a lot of signings, and they're just not coming in.
No, and if the Celtic board want them in now, they're going to have to pay a lot more money for them because they've waited until this point of the window. Whereas if you'd done it at the start of the window, you'd have them all in decent bargains. I mean, the winger we're talking about yesterday, Lewis, his deal was blocked because contract situations.
Yeah, extends.
Unsurprisingly, that's a Celtic. That's a stinking Celtic deal right there. Unsurprisingly, right there,
Yeah,
because
it's just
I mean,
so typical.
Royal Antwerp have already got a player in their sights to replace him. It's Celtic side. I, I, I mean, he's probably asking for an extra 100 grand in Celtic to want to give him it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something.
it generally will come down to
Yeah,
something small.
yeah,
Oh yeah, maybe you can slip us another couple
yeah.
$100,000 if he if he gets certain performance
Don't
bonuses or
ask.
whatever.
Don't ask the board for that. Don't ask the board for an extra pound. You'd be running.
Don't ask the board for anything.
I don't. And then the other point we were talking about yesterday, listening to podcast, we hired Dom Mackay. He got what Ange wanted. We got Juranovic in. He
Yeah,
wanted Juranovic. He got him in. And as soon as he done that, he get called into the board office and go, listen, I don't like that. I don't like you signing
yeah,
players for our club.
yeah. Listen here, you were signed to make us
hmm
look good, not to spend money. You
I,
might be a scout, but you're not here to find players.
I know. The idea was like, oh, he came from rugby. He must be.
Yeah,
We'll keep it like that. You know what I mean? We'll keep it like he'll keep the money in for us.
I have to imagine it must have been something like, oh, you'll come in and you'll sit around and look for players,
hmm
but just sit in your office nice and comfortable.
Yep, yep. And that's what they're doing. And the picture last night summed it up. Glum. Look at their faces were glum. It's your fault, board. It's your board. It's your fault.
Yeah, I feel as if with all the booing, I imagine it's
Yep.
going to become a bit more common
Oh
throughout the
yeah.
season.
Oh yeah.
I feel as if it's a fair question to ask. You've
Mhm.
already put some restrictions on fans
Mhm.
so far. How many
Right.
more are going to come in?
Here we go. There's Michael Nicholson's um remuneration last year was 837,000, 120,000 raised on the previous year. This is the stat I was telling you earlier about Peter Lawwell.
Yeah,
Went from 41k to 120k. The board's pockets get fatter and our season tickets get higher. That is a brilliant put somebody put on
yeah,
Twitter. They sit in their new lounge with a padded seats. We can't even walk into our ground with full banners anymore, with flags like that. Anybody who backs this board, you must be going through really tinted green glasses, because if you can't see there's something far wrong with this club at this moment in time, God help you.
yeah.
God can only help you. I tell you, it's
I feel as if
it's
it's only going to get worse before
yeah.
it gets better.
If the Celtic board don't wake up at this moment in time, of course it is. It's going to get more worse. We're going to go into the Europa League. We're going to get less money. And imagine this, Lewis. I know it probably won't happen, but imagine it comes to worse to worse. Rangers get into the Champions League. How bad does that look up? Make us feel even more.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I almost want it to happen because it would maybe be a bit of a wake up
But
call. Maybe.
this is a wake up call several times, Lewis, and it's only August. Do you know what I mean? How many
Yeah,
times can we say this throughout the years of being Celtic fans?
yeah.
Enough is
Every
enough.
every time though, it tends to be
Every time.
just be better than Rangers. If they
Of
can't
course.
get better than
But
Rangers, then
we always perform success on the park, which dulls over what actually stinks behind the scenes. Because first of all, Peter Lawwell shouldn't be back at the club for a start. He shouldn't even be anywhere near the club.
yeah,
I mean, Michael Nixon coming out, obviously when Rodgers get announced as being back, there was talks. Rodgers saying how um, his demands are meeting and they want to meet it.
yeah,
I mean, if I was Rodgers, I'd be absolutely raging. I mean, I'd be like that. Listen, if I'm going to give you to the end of this window, see if you're not, I'm away. Cheerio.
yeah. It
Because
does almost seem as if they're like, yeah,
they're
we'll
giving
just
up.
say this to
Yeah,
get him in
they're,
the
gi-
window and then just hope he stays. Get
they're
used to it.
giving up. Because if we don't sign anybody, or even worse, if we sign Jamie Vardy, bye bye Brendan
Oh,
Rodgers. You can wave goodbye to Brendan Rodgers, because if you're telling me Brendan Rodgers is staying for a 40-year-old Jamie Vardy at the club, oh, no, no.
the worst thing is, right, I don't even think Jimmy Vardy wouldn't, but I think he would perform. It's just the fact that we're going for a player like him.
Yep. Because as we said yesterday, everybody can see how he is as a striker. We're not
Yeah,
scouts. Scouts are supposed to look for people younger in quality that we've never heard of, or something like, we never
yeah,
heard of Kyogo before, we never heard of Ange. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And like, because yeah, like Vardy, he would come in, he would score goals, he'd be a good player. But like, he's the type of player you
Yep.
expect to be signed by, well, Rangers or like
Yeah.
Hearts or something.
Or Wrexham. You know what I mean? Go
Yeah,
down there. I'd like no
yeah. Go down
Celtic.
to Wales.
Yeah. I mean, let's take a look at what Brendan Rodgers said. It's not my decision. In the end, I can prepare the players that are here. We are clear on what we need to improve, and for whatever reason, we haven't been able to. There's only so many ways I can dress up that we don't have the players here. I mean, if that doesn't tell you right there what
Yeah, I
Rodgers
mean,
wants,
how often do you see a manager just going, "Oh yeah, they're just not bringing anybody in," and that?
I mean, he has the right to at this point because they're not giving him it, are they? They're not. No.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave him a guy, Imamura, who's not even included in the Champions League squad because he's only played 1 year of football. Before that, it was college football. Why would you say what? Who
I
signed
think
him? Who?
I think in Japan though their college football is actually
I know,
pretty high
but
quality.
he looked okay in the Newcastle game. But the fact that we're not getting people in who's played more than if
One
Rodgers,
season.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, by the way, I'd just like to quickly point out he scored 20 goals in 50 matches that season.
I don't.
That's not the greatest return.
Yamada is worse. I want at least 5 signings before August. Oh, there's probably more hope of us winning the lottery. That's probably realistic. Yeah. I mean, the hope, once again, that kills you because
Even if you do win the lottery, though, you'll have the board saying, "Oh, he's
you
won a
probably,
lottery.
you
Here's
probably,
a new
you,
season ticket."
yeah, you'd probably be more good at spending money if you won a lottery than the Celtic board because,
Yeah.
I mean, we spent about 3 million in this window. Tierney was a free, Callum Osmond, Imamura, Yamada, Simpson Puzet on loan. Still not seen him yet.
Yeah, it's just we've not
And
really paid money for anybody.
your backups, Lewis, are supposed to be somebody who can still be good in that area. Ralston just at some point in the game, about 20 minutes to go, he just punts it in the middle of the air, in the middle of the park, and goes out for
Yeah,
a throw into a.
I think Ralston's still like benefiting off of a good patch of form
Of
from
course,
a
yeah,
little while back.
he's at the club because he's a homegrown player and they need it for the Champions League squad. That's all. There's nothing else in
Yeah.
that. He shouldn't be at the club. So should Stephen Welsh. He shouldn't be there as well. But going back to the board players, do you remember Benji Siegrist? Right. Right, he came out and said to the media after he eventually left the club in January, he wanted to leave the club, right? I think it was
Yeah.
just still under Ange a few years, right? And he wanted to leave the club. He had it in place, he had it all set in place with family, contract with the club. The board wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
How
See,
how can you get that level? I mean, Marco Tilio is another example, latest one.
yeah, you know what really gets me about the Seager's situation? He
Yep.
was like the perfect eventual replacement for Joe Hart.
I understand we got Schmeichel in that name, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, somebody we ended the game with Ralston and Scales as our fullbacks. How embarrassing is that?
Mm.
You know, the board won't care as long as the money keeps in coming. That is the statement in this video, Lewis. They won't.
Yeah.
It's sickening the amount of money that they're getting, and they don't put anything back to the fans. They don't care about the fact we're not fans anymore.
Mm.
We're not.
Well,
We're customers. Yeah, we're customers. Yeah, that's it.
so
That is
much for the
exact.
customers always right.
You know, I don't know how this season's going to go, Lewis. I mean, I really don't. You know, fans will continue to back their team till the death.
Yeah.
Of course they will. But if they're not seeing anything, you're going to get boos at the end. You're going to get sacked the board chance. You're going to get Lowell Gekte because they have the right to. We've seen
Yeah.
nothing to prove that we're going to have a great season. Nothing.
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't even place much, if any, of the fault really on the players themselves.
No,
You get
I
good
think,
players and you get bad players, but the only person you can blame is the one that signed them.
yeah, I think the players last night were atrocious, right? They were, right? There was nothing
Yeah.
short of weren't up to the task, right? They weren't.
Yeah.
Some players weren't up to the task last night, and listen, we should have performed a lot better, and we should be beating sides like this, right?
Hmm.
And I do hope that we do go out next week and win, right? But I just don't see it because I don't see it on the park. I don't see it in the subs. I mean, the subs that came on and done nothing. Yang, we spark. That was it. That was it.
Yamada.
He could have scored if the goal was right in front of him, Lewis. Honestly, if the goal
No,
was wide
Yang.
open, if goal was like 10 times bigger, he still couldn't score. He still probably
Yeah.
had miss.
From Chelsea, the Yang agenda continues. They've got that going for me.
Ah,
See, you
I-
always show up and have good moments when literally nobody else can make any use of it at all.
yeah, I just, I mean, the fact and all, last night's game was probably about 40 quid for season ticket holders. That just is disgusting. I just don't understand that. Still no links, by the way, of transfers. I'm just looking through Twitter real quickly to see it. Not one, not one, not one.
Well, it has only been a few hours
And by the
since
way, and by the
yesterday.
way, even if we do win in Kazakhstan, there's no win or lose because see at the end of the day, even if we get into the Champions League, you're telling
Then
me
we've got
we're going to win games with that team.
yeah, that's what I say. Then we still have to play in the Champions League.
Yep.
Nothing we need to start shooting from outside the
Yep.
box.
100%. The amount of times last night was not just last night. I don't know why we try to walk it into the goal. Is it why is that a problem?
Yeah.
Can we not just shoot from outside the box?
I mean, from a statistical point of view, shooting outside the box is like way less likely to result in a goal. But then you've got players like Hatate who
yeah. So Aberdeen, what a goal
against Rangers.
Yeah.
Like he's showed he can do it. Engels, he's gotten a good few free kicks from outside the box.
The amount of times that we've had chances, especially last night, there's a wee bit of a gap. Shoot, everybody's scouting, shoot the ball, and
yeah,
you end up giving the ball back. I just don't understand it. Why?
Rodgers must have his reasons, I'm sure, but
he must have his reasons.
Need to understand them.
I mean, surely you see a gap, a player's you've moved away from a player, and there's an opening to shoot. How clear a day can it be?
I'm not going to pretend good reasons, but he clearly must have a reason in his mind, at least.
Talking about this, I screenshotted this last night. Let's look at the stats from last night, right? Because it's hilarious, right? How many passes do you think we had last night? Accurate passes.
Accurate passes. Oh, God. I couldn't tell you.
238. Do you know how many Almaty had?
I think they had 300 something.
94. 94. And they looked the more dangerous on the attack, on the break. They nearly scored at the end.
Yeah.
We had 68% possession, 32 for Almaty. I mean, this is a start.
My guess was I'm way off there, but they looked pretty good in the second half, which is all I could really judge it off.
There's a start and a half for you. Both teams had 0 shots on target. None.
And yet a goalkeeper still somehow got man of the match.
Because he had nothing to do, because all he had the ball at his feet and nothing. Neither did Schmeichel.
Yeah, the goalkeepers only get good ratings because they had nothing to mess up on.
I mean, I just don't get it. I just, it frustrates me that, I mean, a team, that we should be beating with the squad we've got, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, yes, we should be signing players, but that's the team that's still there at the club should be still beating a team like that. And no chances at all. None.
Yeah, I feel as if we're starting to get really repetitive now.
And I just don't understand. No words anymore, Lewis.
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered everything.
The board have.
Yeah, back to the board. Yep.
The board have done me in.
I think we've really said everything we could.
But we'll update you guys on the weekend. We'll be back on Sunday night for the podcast, The Celtic Mind. So go over to YouTube and follow that. If you have enjoyed or live on Twitch, please follow. We'll be trying to do more on this. My nose is getting blocked, so I'm trying to breathe at the same time as talk. So basically, we'll be back on Sunday night for the podcast. So go over to YouTube, The Celtic Mind, like and subscribe. This video will be up on YouTube later on. So if you have missed it, it'll be up on the Celtic Mind YouTube channel later on today.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much, Lewis, for coming on, and we will be back on Sunday.